It is an all new Drinks to Words by. Yes.
Woo!
And special guest on the phone with us is Annabelle. It's been a while since we've had you on. Um, as you were a very central part of the kind of the original show and moving forward when we started just doing it over the phone. And just because due to technology that hasn't caught up to my brain, um, we have you over the phone because we can't. There's no way we could get two videos of you, or you guys share the same audio. It's all technical, basically. What I'm saying, but we do have you over the phone. That's something that we can't do. So welcome to the show.
Yay!
I'm just curious. Have you been listening to the show or viewing the show since we started this next chapter of Drink Swords by?
I like how he shakes his head. I don't really necessarily need to because I'm pretty much in the other room when he's doing it in the first place. I heard everything he said.
Yeah, she knows all my parts of the conversation.
Yeah.
Especially the last one. I was laughing a lot in the last one.
Oh my god, right? I was trying to watch TV and I'm like, can you keep it down in there? No, and
Very-
I
it's
would not
funny
decide
because
as
I'm so used to just like you said, like I'm usually in the show, but not by being in the show, just because I'm literally sitting right next to him.
yeah. That's
So I do
cool.
feel disconnected. I need to know about your life, Albert.
I wish my life was as cool as you guys make it out to be. I truly do. My life is normal as always. It's just me just trying to figure things out and go on through life. But before we get into that, before we get into the heavy stuff, it is Drinks to Words by, and I want to know what you are drinking. We're going to start that off with Annabelle, since you are our guest, and I want to see if I can guess what you are drinking. I'm going with Coors Light. I'm going for a
Oh my
wild.
god, how did you know?
he's got ESPN.
Yes, I have. I have. By the way, ESPN. Thanks to you guys, so that's why I got ESPN. By the way.
Oh, I think we canceled the live now though, right, babe?
Yeah, so I forgot to tell you.
Oh no! This is what happens when you share passwords.
Well, it's not so much that the shared password. It's the fact that like it got expensive, and now that there's no football, I was like, we don't
Got
really
it.
need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. I get it. And thank you for that, because I mean, I was only watching the live essentially for that. So it's so crazy how the cable bill used to be so, like, we used to be like, oh my god, the cable bill, and now that we're like, I would much rather pay for whatever channel I wanted, but now that we're paying for the different channels that we want, it's almost to the point where having cable versus having those other streaming services is almost the same.
That's where shared passwords come in though, because then it's like you're not really taking on the bulk of the bill, and for us, I mean, getting everything we want, even with the live, was still a lot cheaper than getting cable.
Yeah, yeah. So good on you guys for doing that. I loved it every moment. So just thank you. I was able to watch football finally again on Monday
Yeah.
nights. So that was fun. But we'll get more into that in just a bit, because the big game is coming up, and we'll talk a little bit about that very soon. But David, what are you drinking?
Knuckle sandwich.
Whoa, they make those still. Okay.
Yeah, so we just found it. The bootleggers knuckle sandwich, double IPA, 10%.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
That looks cool.
Yes.
That
It's
looks
tasty. She doesn't like it, but I like it.
I had one sip and I didn't like it.
Because you drink water. You drink colored water all day.
Joe, don't eat on my water.
The course. When you're feeling dehydrated, drink a course.
I mean, I was very close to going out and buying some Coors, but then I was like, I looked in my fridge And there's something that I've been wanting to experiment with lately. Obviously, I bought some gin, and I bought the gin that you guys introduced me to, which is a good kind of well
Ooh,
gin, the New
New
Amsterdam
Amsterdam.
gin that I got.
Hmm.
Brought out some ice cubes, which let me just
ooh.
do that right now. I was trying to do everything, but then we got caught up in a little technical stuff during the show. Thank you guys for your patience with that. I was trying to, you got to try new stuff from time to time. And right now, I am trying gin and juice. However, I am doing it with this
Oh,
nectar that I've been truly loving lately, and this is an apricot nectar that I'm going to be
apricot
using.
nectar and gin.
Yes,
That's
yes,
weird because it's thick.
it is thick. Okay, which is why I'm using the gin as a floater.
Layer it on top. It's a layered drink.
Yeah, let's try it. I've been really digging on that juice, so oh yeah, there it is. So cheers, guys. Cheers
Cheers.
to you guys. It's been a while since I've had both of you guys together in the same room with me. So cheers to good
Yeah.
times.
Well, speaking of it, we have to plan the 100th episode coming up, so we're gonna have to be all in the same room again. So we
Yeah.
gotta figure that one out.
Which, by the way, this is the season finale. Season 2 is finally over. Can you believe that?
I can't. You know what? Because it's I we were never normally on at this point anyway. It was sporadic because of football. You know, because we were always doing actual live shows every weekend, and so it seems like it was again a blessing and a curse with our show and COVID. So
I know. I know. But I mean, again, had it not been for COVID, I wouldn't have set up my studio. And then, I'm a person that works and levels up at just different times. So, first we started just doing the show via phone. And I love that. I got to tell you, and I know that sounds crazy because I know it's a lot better now because, now on our Instagram feed, we're getting a lot more people, we're getting interaction and all that's great. But what I really enjoyed the most was just not being seen. You know what I mean? And I got to worry about what shirt am I going to wear? What glasses am I going to wear? What should I comb my hair? How do I look? It's very not me.
it's always a fight for me on whether I'm going to comb my hair.
Yeah,
I,
He
I,
does
okay,
get dressed up from the waist up, though.
well, yes, I'm not going to just be in a white tee. I gotta be somewhat professional.
yeah. Whereas me, I'm just like, I was literally before we got on too. I was just looking at my wardrobe, and I'm like, what the hell do I wear? What best describes the ending of season 2? And all I could come up with was this cake shirt that you could see that I was like, you know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was it because I mean I ate a lot of cake during this quarantine. I gained a lot of pounds, so I figured that would best suit for the ending.
It's an ending though. Moving forward, you're gonna start
Yeah,
getting
yes,
back out there. You're gonna start losing the weight.
yeah, which I am, by the way, and which brings us to our first topic of discussion. I have been doing my best to get rid of the carbs. I've been doing everything in my power, and it is one of the hardest things to do because everything has a carb in it. It is crazy.
Is this the keto? Are you going keto diet style?
No, I'm just again the way my brain works is it works in levels. So I'm like, okay, let me just first skip carbs. Let me see how I can skip that. I'm still doing yoga and working out, but everything's like one step at a time with me. So it's just like, let me just get rid of bread and all that, and let's see how far I can go, and then I can move from there to something else. So I've been absolutely obsessed with salads. And I for dinner I have been eating a burger salad lately.
A
And
burger salad.
yeah, because I try to do that cool lettuce wrap on my burger, but dude, that you need to literally be a NASA scientist to do that. Because I went and I got like that like romaine lettuce, or was it romaine? Yeah, that long one, that long
Yeah.
Yeah.
lettuce. And I got it, and I even got toothpicks and everything like that. And it was too much. It was too much. And then I was just like, dude, like I bought all this romaine and now I can't use it because I'm trying to make a wrap or something out of it. And so then I'm like, I'll just cut it. I'll just start making a salad out of it. So from there, again, levels. Then from there I started cutting it up. Then I started getting more risky and throwing in like cucumbers, and then after that I'm like, let's throw in because I wanted to do pickles, but then I was like, you know what? Let's go a little bit more gourmet, and let's do cucumbers. So I did that instead. I mean, it's the same thing, just one's pickled, one isn't. And then from there, then I started getting okay, because one thing that I do know is mustard is the perfect salad dressing because it has no fat in it, and your body just gets it, uses it. It's perfect. And so I started putting deli mustard in it because I mean, after all, I am kind of remaking a salad.
Burger.
It's
I mean, a burger, just no bun, right?
a deconstructed burger, yeah. Just with
Yeah,
extra
there
Just
you're
like just like yeah.
exactly right. A deconstructed burger, of course. Yes, yes, that's a better way of explaining it. Thank you, Annabelle. I would have been caught in a loop for a couple of minutes trying to figure out how to explain it, but yeah, that's
Well,
exactly.
that's why I always say. That's what I say. Pokey is like she doesn't like pokey. She likes sushi, but she doesn't like pokey. I'm like, it's the same thing,
it's a
just
texture thing.
deconstructed.
Poke's cut into little like I don't know. I don't like poke.
So now that I'm doing that, I got this other lettuce, which is just like leaves. It's a mixture of leaves, and I started adding avocado in there and cottage. I'm using cottage cheese
Hmm.
as the salad dressing, but I'm just using a little bit in there just to kind of get it all wet and moist and kind of make me feel like a salad. So I've been eating like that like
Giggity.
a lot lately.
Hmm.
So
You
And
just think it
have you?
said moist,
Yeah, I
like
said giggity. Yeah, see, he said wet and moist. How's that giggity?
oh, I thought
everybody was just like, "What are you
He
doing?"
totally said, all right.
He's talking very seriously about his eating habits right now. Shh.
Yeah, but
I mean
that's what this show is. It's the chime in.
I'm
Like
aware. I'm
how
aware.
did how did you completely bypass moist and just think, oh, I'm gonna be serious? It doesn't happen. Nobody's serious when they're talking about moist.
I am.
Dude,
I'm
Al
a
so
very
Yeah.
was.
serious, very serious when it comes to voice.
Like that's the one word anybody hears, and all of a sudden you just kind of look around. Anybody else? Anybody else? No. Oh, just okay. And then you catch eyes with somebody who's thinking the same thing. You're like, yeah.
You're dirty, man. I'm not like that. Like
Oh,
I'm trying to use accurate descriptions.
all of a sudden,
You know what's funny though is like that it was one of those moments where if like Dave and I were sitting next to each other, I'd be staring at him like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?"
yeah. See, so we get along. It's just like we. It's like that. Like it's like, oh my god, he said moist. He said moist. I don't get why people people hate that word so much, and I just don't get it. It's a fucking word. Like there's a lot of words that people just well, no, I won't say a lot, but there's certain words that people just like I can't stand that word. That word's ugly, or don't say it. Moist, 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 moist.
So back to Albert's moist salad.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that
Please
for
no, please
lunch
no.
and dinner, and then moving forward, breakfast. I've been doing because my breakfast that was my game. That was man. I was just having too much fun with breakfast because I was going all in. I was doing 3 egg omelets with tons of cheese, ham, a green bell pepper, and just going full throttle, with tons of bacon. I was going bacon crazy, and
Wait,
potatoes.
real quick. You do realize that's still a salad.
Well, it's a
Maybe.
man salad.
Well, no. You figure instead of like cooking the egg, you hard boil them, and then you still have cheese, you still have bacon. It's fucking a Cobb salad with blue cheese. It's still a salad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Salad is actually something is very functional in regards to you can put steak, chicken, shrimp, fucking seafood salad in breakfast style. I mean, it's very functional. You can do a lot with a salad. I just can't do it all the time. I love carbs. I need carbs. I love bread. Fucking love it.
Everybody loves
When we have
carbs.
dinner, carbs.
Everybody loves carbs. That's
Yeah.
the gift and the curse that is carbs. So it's tough, man, but it is a tough feat to accomplish that I'm just kind of going on right now. Not that and it's weird because this was just a choice that I'm just like, look, I've been having way too much fun eating what I want and not being seen. Most importantly, not being seen. That was the big kicker because when you don't see yourself, I mean, we see ourselves all the time in the mirror or whatever, but we don't equate ourselves as being big or whatever. It's not until we see photos of ourselves that
Yeah, we don't see the change as it happens until you get to that point where like what happened. You're like, wait a minute, this is not who I am, this is not who I was. What the fuck, this is not my ID picture, this is not my ID picture.
it's just like the talking heads, letting the days go by. You know what I mean? And again, everything starts small, and then I just work my way up to finally getting into better shape. Not that and it's weird because I maybe this is just an LA thing, but we all look at ourselves and think that we are fatter than we're not, or whatever. We have a very strange dysmorphia about our bodies that we try to make appropriate for life, but we all are different and have a different body, and that's what of course makes us all unique and whatnot. But there are times where all that stuff kind of does get to you. So I'm just going through all that. I know that sounds kind of boring, but uh,
No, but has it helped? Like, do you see a change since you've been eating salads?
you know what? I haven't, because honestly, all I've been in is sweats. You know what I mean? So it's like it doesn't help.
Well, I mean, are you
How's
are
that shirt
you
fitting today?
you're still exercising? Are you feeling better? Are you like, do you feel like you have more energy? You're not like just kind of like, I need to eat, like I want to eat a burger right now. I mean, you're gonna want to eat a burger, but like, are you like fiending for stuff, or do you feel internally better because you're eating better? So do you feel a difference?
Oddly enough, so I've been getting some work done on my guitars and stuff like that because again, downtime is one of those weird things that I'm sure some of you guys are going through right now. Maybe some of you not. Maybe you guys are back to work or whatever. But I think I said this before. I've been furloughed, so I'm not working. So I'm just at home. And when I'm home, there's two things that I do when I'm bored. I eat or I drink. And so because of those two things, I've decided that I need a supplement, something else in there for when I'm not, for when I'm not either working on the show or, just producing, doing my other things that I do when I'm not eating or drinking. And that's why I was like, I got to get back into my guitar, so whenever I feel that urge, I can replace that with my guitar. So I went to go pick up one of my guitars. Some stuff got changed out, and I was driving by Super Albert number 2, and it's my favorite Super Albert. You know what I mean? Because it describe like I love it because, and it's funny because all the taglines all describe me. It's like super fresh Mexican. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, all that is me.
Just wrap me in a tortilla and take me home.
Ladies, all this could be yours. Dine in or take out, whatever,
Yeah.
So I'm passing by there, and it has been a while since I've had restaurant food or fast food or just food that I haven't cooked, just because I've been so adamant about saving money, especially of course because I'm furloughed. So all the money that I am getting in, I need to ration it. And so I passed by there, and I was just like, oh my god. I was like, I'm like, I already was daydreaming my menu. Okay. And
It
and
was literally calling your name.
it was. And let me tell you about the menu that I came up with that I was willing to just do. And luckily there was construction going on. So to get in there was took like some work. And I was like, oh, thank God there's construction there just like stopping me.
To change your mind.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, there, I gotta, instead of making that quick ride, I gotta do another block around, and I'm like, oh, but then by then I'm like almost next to the light to like go back to home. So I was like, oh man, perfect. So I was already thinking about what to order, and I envisioned it, me at the intercom, and the guy's like, can I help you? And I'm like, yes, actually it'd be like, ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos a El Super Albert. That's my Spanish, by the way. Not good. Not good. I know. But bear
You're
with me.
like, me too.
Yeah, I'm feeling absolutely super today, sir. So this was going to be my order, and I couldn't believe it. It was going to be first. I was going to get just for an appetizer. I was going to get the three taquitos with guacamole because I haven't had that in forever, right? And then just to add on to that appetizer, I was gonna get carnitas taco because they're pretty big, and one will just be perfect. Then I was gonna get to start off the dinner. I wanted to get their chimichangas because I like their chimichangas there, their chicken ones primarily, and that was gonna be what I was gonna take home. And and I am walking around with stimulus money, and I'm like, maybe they need help. You know what I mean? They had three locations, but now they only have two. They need me. They need me to buy all this food.
Because if I don't come in right now, they may not be there the next time around. So
Yeah.
I got you.
So all that was going in my mind of like, daydreaming, fantasizing about me eating all that food. But I did good, and luckily again there was construction, so I just drove by, and that was that. But does that ever happen to you guys? Do you guys ever get those feels? I guess I don't know if that's a appropriate word for that.
Her especially.
I was like, you
She,
order like I do.
dude,
But that's
like
just for
there
me.
be
You have excuses, Annabelle. You have like three people, especially four, so you could do that.
no. This is just us. Like when it's just us, sometimes, and it's not always, but sometimes I will add fuel to the fire. Like, let's do like a big thing. But she orders like 5 items, and it's just the two of us, and it's like we have like it's like a plethora of food. We have a buffet in front of us, and I'm like, we shouldn't have done this. Like it was just stupid.
But you
Like,
love leftovers.
oh, I love leftovers, but I'm the only one that eats like on. She's gotten better about eating leftovers. She's gotten better about eating leftovers, but ultimately, I eat most of the leftovers. So that's why I've planned like weekly. Now, I was like, I'll cook 2 days. Like I cook Monday, Tuesday. I didn't cook Wednesday, so that we can try to move on the leftovers. Like cook today, I'll cook tomorrow, and then like we'll still have leftovers. So it's like a progression. And I always try to eat the last one first, so that it's gone in. So it's like the freshest of leftovers. So
I will give him that though. I mean, he has been cooking a lot. Like he's been primarily in the kitchen. It's cute though because he'll be like, "What's this missing?" But at least
hey,
like he cooks now.
Monday kept it easy, steak potatoes. Tuesday was arroz con pollo. Wednesday we ordered burgers in, and then today I made spaghetti. Well, we made spaghetti. She's been helping me. You know, she's my sous chef or vice versa. So we try to cook a little bit together, but it's nothing that really needed too much attention today. But yeah, today was spaghetti with sausage and ground beef and mushrooms.
Sounds great, man. Food is so easily, you know, an addiction that we don't think about. It's like we crave it, and it's tough for me at times. But I'm just trying to um, wean myself off of food. I am eating like 3-4 times a day, but I'm trying to just put more healthier stuff in my mouth, I guess. Um,
Giggity.
yeah,
I was thinking that too, dirty.
well, that brings me to my next topic. Of putting things in my mouth is that it's time for me to change my profile to the dating swipes because at first I hit it off. I got those two. But nothing ever came from that, and I think that might have been a month or two ago. So, I think it's time to change my dating uh app profile name thing, my summary of myself, I guess. Um
Your bio.
yes, my bio. Thank you.
I
That's
was
what you hear from
thinking
folks.
this.
That's my brain, ladies and
She's
gentlemen.
she's our thesaurus. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Annabelle.
Okay, so the one that kind of did it all okay, and we'll go through this one more time though, is I don't want to know, or no, let me change this. Okay, so it says about me, and it's like I want to know how your day went. I miss phone calls, texts, and making plans. I feel like I've been stuck on this level for a while, and I'm ready to level up with the right person. So that was the one that got a little bit of traction, and but I mean, again, I think there is no rhyme or reason to these things, which is why I think every other month or so, if it's not, if you're fishing and the line is not hooking, you gotta, reel it back in and go back to the drawing board. So I'm gonna just delete all that right now, and I'm gonna have you guys help me out because, you know, it's weird. Like when some people tell you to write about yourself, we all have the pre notions of who we are, but our friends have better notions of who we are because we live in this thought bubble of ourselves, and there's all these inner monologues happening, whereas where we what we perceive, no one else can see. And kind of happened in the beginning of the show where you guys were talking about my life and how great it is, or it was to that extent, and I was like, oh my god, maybe that was before the show, and I was like, oh my god, you guys only knew, you know
I was like, I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about.
see, that's that inner monologue happening in my brain. They must think you're super cool, Albert. Like, oh yes.
You know,
So
this question really goes to Annabelle. Annabelle has used the site, so Annabelle
no
would be the
way,
person.
wait,
Like,
wait, wait, wait. That's breaking news, Annabelle. You don't need to use sites. I've seen you. I mean, not pre David, but even when you were dating David, and you would come in to the bar, and guys would be hitting you on you all the time, and I was like right next to you. And I'm like, you don't think I could get Annabelle? You know what I mean? And they would still hit on him. Like you don't think you could be with me? And then they're like, no. They even knew. They were like, Albert, like shut up. So for me, that is hard to believe that you would go through a dating app.
Well, I mean, like I've always been a workaholic, and then I'm always, I don't know, I'm more of a homebody. So meeting people was kind of always like a I mean, if you don't go anywhere, you don't meet anybody, right?
Yeah, you're right.
It was just easier for me. I actually I had a couple of boyfriends from those sites.
Okay.
Some of them longer term like than others, but like it worked for me, but honestly, I didn't have much in my bio, but then again, I'm a girl.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna freshen up my drink really quick before we get into the nitty
Yeah, I was gonna do
gritty.
the same thing. I'll put mute because I'm gonna go another beer.
Okay. Okay. Let me just change that. Okay. So Annabelle,
Yes.
are you ready to help me out on this profile? And by the way, email us drinks to words by at gmail.com if you want to tell us a little bit more about maybe your um, experience with the dating profiles. If you're a girl or a guy, what has helped you, what hasn't helped you in getting dates, specifically now. I think this is one of the most important parts right now because we are quarantined and it is so hard to meet people that the dating apps, I believe, have been a thunder, if you will, to getting dates right now.
Lightning.
Yeah.
The way I love you is frightening.
So again, email us drinks towards by at gmail.com or slide in the DM on our Instagram at drinks towards by.
Yeah.
So
As you see, the last person that got in our DMs was on the show.
yeah, exactly. So it works, you know. Um,
Um, Albert, so I was thinking, like, what's your punchline? Like, what do you put as the first sentence?
what I'm available. That is what I put. Like
You're available.
maybe that should just be
Podcast
it.
extraordinaire.
Maybe that should just be
Right?
it. I am just available. About me, I'm available. Like
Well,
what more do
honestly,
you need
like
to know?
in the past when I was like reading those bios, you just look for something that, okay, this guy's douchey, or like this guy talks way too much. Like you want to keep it short and sweet, but to the point. And
Gotcha.
don't be a douche, which is impossible for you.
Yeah.
Like you cannot be.
Maybe I was gonna go
Maybe you
all
should be a douche. Be a douche. try try something else.
I'm just gonna write I'm a douche.
David, write it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put major DB. That is it. Maybe that'll work.
What that meant dirt bikes.
Yes, major dirt bike.
Yeah.
Hey, if it works, and they'll be like, what happened to your dirt bikes? I'm like, well, I am a douche, so I lied. So it's just so hard to write about yourself, I guess, which is why I'm seeking advice from both of you guys. And this is, I mean, Davey, you can help me out too. I mean, yeah,
I
Yeah,
granted,
mean,
think
I'm
punchline.
trying to think.
it's
I
tough,
don't know.
right?
Like it's yeah. I mean, I really liked what you wrote the last time. I don't. I feel like it was actually uh
Sincere.
it was sweet, sincere. I think it was to the point. I think whoever read that and was reaching out to you would have been something that would have been something a little bit more. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Meaningful.
Like yes, but long term. At least like a progression. Like somebody was wanting to try it out. So I wouldn't. I honestly, I would leave it. But like, what's your profile picture?
Well, all my pictures as well, they need all to be redone because and now here's the weird part is I am not one of those guys that takes photos of himself. So it's just photos that people send me of me because I don't take any photos, especially these past 2 years I haven't taken or 2 years. This past 1 year I haven't taken any photos because I've just been inside. You know what I mean? There's nothing really photo worthy happening.
There's your line. I've been inside too long. I want to be inside you.
Oh, that's damn it. That's a COVID pickup line.
Come and pick up line.
That's a pickup line. We need a punchline, babe. Come on, get serious.
Damn it, where were you
I
last
don't know. I
week?
just came. Where was it exactly? I loved your ones last week. The super spreader was amazing. Uh, now it's fresh. I don't know. I mean, again, I think it's more along the pictures. Like, are the pictures that you're posting, are they about you, or like it's because you're in our group and like nobody can tell which one you
No,
are?
no, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Um, wonder if you can. I wonder if you can. Man. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put my camera. No, you can't, huh? Can't even. You can't
No,
see.
your background check is good.
You have a mask in that one.
Well, yeah, but that one's a. I mean, you have to have one mask in there. That's like the new thing. You have to at least show that you're masked up every now and. All of them don't have masks. I have one, two, three, four. I have four pictures of myself. One picture of me in a mask at Dodger Stadium saying that I voted, and then I have a picture of nachos because I
You
love
love
nachos.
nachos.
I
Yeah.
do. It's like
Uh,
you want to know
so
about me.
your first picture should be something that catches interest to where it's like, let me look at the other pictures. Because a lot of the times people will swipe without looking more thoroughly into it. Like they won't even read your bio. They'll look at the first picture and be like, is this person intriguing? Does this person catch my interest or no? Just like at a bar.
Yeah. I think my okay. I moved my second picture to my first picture because in a couple of my photos, in two of them, But this is after I've established that I am me. So you've already seen two photos of me. I have a photo of me with a friend of mine, and we're just drinking at his at his baby shower. Then I have a photo of me and David when David got married to you. The tuxedo
Oh,
T-shirts.
the tuxedo shirt. Yeah, that's a cute picture. I like that one.
Yeah, yeah, at the wedding. Maybe they think I'm gay. we're both we're both in tuxedos at a wedding. They're like,
Oh, you're portraying that you have friends that are moving on in their lives, like you're not just some party boy, you know?
you know what?
All right.
Those pictures do establish that. I didn't think about that. They do because I mean, one's at a baby. I'm with a friend at a baby shower. One's getting married. Yeah, I mean, those definitely establish that. I don't know why. Again, last week, and it was funny because I was talking to last week's guest, Catherine, and all the time, even when we got hung up off the phone after the show, she kept on writing back, "Why are you single?" And I'm like,
Oh my God.
I didn't know how to feel about that. I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." You know what I mean? Like nobody fucking knows, but we don't. Can we just end this? You know?
It's a stab in the heart. Uh.
You're like, why are you not here?
Okay, I have it. Bartender, Dodger fan, loved by many, looking to love one.
Okay, let's see if I'm gonna test that out. Okay, can I put podcaster?
You
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to tell you some of the other answers that I put because it says to ask it says like ask or it says these questions for people to know you. So I'm going to put bar bartender bartender podcaster. I need a
I think
picture of me
now
podcasting.
during like COVID because more and more people are on these sites. So it's like there's so much, not necessarily competition, but there's so many people out there that have these little catchy sayings or a catchy photo, you know. So I guess
If you come across anybody that says live, laugh, love, left. Fuck them.
Or free spirit. That's one that like I get so pissed. Get out of here, you free spirit. Go be free. Okay, so but bartender, podcaster, Dodger fan, nacho lover, but your lover. Nacho,
No.
that's funny.
nacho, nacho lover. And I'll just put nacho lover.
You
And
want to put something Jersey too, because right now you sound like a lush.
like a lush. But I'm
Well,
like,
because you got I podcast, I drink, or I bartend. I love nachos. Maybe
yeah,
you want to throw
Love
Jim in
nachos
there
my thing.
Jim.
Salad lover.
or
Salad,
bikes. You like bikes?
salad enthusiast. Salad enthusiast. And then I'll put N Jim. But I'll spell it Jim. And
Jim Beam.
No.
Jim Beam. This is not the time to be clever, buddy.
I know, I know. They're
You
like,
gotta
what?
be direct. You gotta be direct.
So let's see if that
We'll shower
garners.
more for you.
I know, I know. They're listening. Yes. So
That was
some
the one thing. That was the one thing from last week's show that I forgot to talk to you about after. Like
Oh
you
no, he
do
told me.
realize, yes, you were like, she was like, I want somebody to smell good. Like even if they're athletic, the cologne. And you're like, I haven't showered in like 3 days. I was like, no,
I just was.
why?
I don't know. My brain just is not like everyone else's. You know what I mean? It's not like
He's
I'm just like, oh,
honest. Let him be. He's honest. That's you, Albert. You're honest. You're sweet. You're caring. Like David said, you're loved by many. And maybe you can just say something like, I have a lot of interest, but I only want to be interested in, like someone.
I have many friends. I'm looking for more than a friend.
I like that.
No,
No,
really? No,
no. Have a lot.
I wouldn't. Having a lot of friends isn't going to make you any cooler on there. Just like you said, like, loved by many.
Looking to love one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put that. Loved by many. Loved.
Maybe not looking to love one, but maybe looking for someone, the one.
Looking for. How about just for one? Loved by many. Looking for one. You know what I mean? Or no. Looking for someone or something. Looking for. I'm loved by many. Looking for not that. No. Looking for.
It's too intense. Like love by many, searching for the one.
I'll put that. See, people, this is how hard it is, man. This is why you need to get more heads to help you guys. And let's see if
Saying,
anything develops from
as we're all dating her now.
that. Yeah.
We all put this in the bio. We're all.
Okay, so some quick prompts about myself. It says, name a fun fact that you're obsessed with, and I put I'm obsessed with nachos. Okay, because I am.
See, but then you take it off the headline if that's your
No, no,
fun fact.
these are just these prompts that when people are scrolling that they see, and
Got it.
then okay, so then okay, this is gonna be fun. It says describe the perfect first date. I'm gonna go with Annabelle second. We're gonna go David first, Annabelle second, and then I'll describe my perfect date.
Well, I mean, this is not. That's not.
I'm
It's
just
your
curious.
date.
Well, but
Which
I'm curious what your idea of a perfect date is. As to what Annabelle's is.
I don't know. It's like I feel like I had more bad dates than I ever had good dates.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about you're okay. First date with Annabelle. Where did you guys go? What was the
My
Perfect.
first thing?
bedroom.
Well, that is the perfect date. I should put that. You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, stupid me.
That's why you're asking the wrong guy.
You're asking the wrong couple. We didn't date. No, babe, I literally thought you were gonna be like January 10th or some random date. Like that's my perfect date.
April 4th. April 4th is the perfect. What? No, I don't know.
So,
July 9th. My birthday is a perfect day.
so but okay, your guys' first date that didn't okay, not that didn't involve sex. 'Cause I mean, afterwards, I'm sure it did. But what was the date where you're
No,
like, okay, we're
that was
done?
the
Just
initial date.
okay, but what was
I'm
the
saying
date that you're
after
like?
the fact.
Yeah, but what was the date where
Well,
you're like,
we
not
didn't
that I have
date
to.
after the fact. We did. Okay, so he came over because he came over after work when he was tending the bar or not tending, doing security at the bar. And he came over and then obviously we hung out, but we talked all night. It wasn't just like we went straight to the bedroom. We did stay up all night talking. The next day we got together. Well, we didn't get together. He didn't leave. We were going, we went and got lunch. He said he had to work again. So he took my car that way. Like he had to come back to take my car back to me. And basically we spent the whole weekend together.
And that was it. Nothing more. Oh man, I don't know.
It's very, yeah. But I mean, like, you think about a first date and it's just like, you know, okay, like I'd love, to get to know you. I want to feel a spark when we meet. I want to keep that night going, that kind of thing. Like that's a perfect first date is when you sit down with somebody, obviously like you don't really know this person, so you're getting to know them, you feel that spark, and it just progresses to where you don't want to leave, you want to spend the rest of your time, maybe it's a late night, maybe you don't take her home, and spend the night, but even at the same point, the point is to feel that spark, that connection. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
I would recommend an earlier date. I think sometimes like dinner and stuff, it gets a little too late and it's just like dinner and drinks and that's it. It's like you don't have much time to do something else that isn't one, either like you go to a club or dancing and it's or a bar and it's crowded, it's loud, and it's like too many variables, and or a movie where you can't talk. So like I think if you start something early, like, hey, let's meet up in a park, or unless that's scary to some people, like let's have a lunch and then have the plan for something else, like make the restaurant by somewhere where you can go after, like walk around, so that you can spend more time and do more of the talking and stuff. But
I
I mean,
suddenly get why David used to always tell me, he used to always try to ask me out to lunch. Before we started dating, he used to always be like, "Oh yeah, I owe you a lunch." Like, "Oh, we should do lunch sometime." It was always lunch. But in all honesty, I don't associate lunch with a date. Lunch is something I do with my friends. Lunch is something I do, for business. It's not something that I do on a date. So for me, I have the opposite effect. I wouldn't think of lunch as a date. Maybe an early dinner, and like he said, like have like some stuff nearby, so it's not just dinner, but it's dinner and a walk on the boardwalk or whatever, But yeah, I wouldn't do lunch.
Okay.
You never know. Dinner lead to breakfast.
that's it. We're getting divorced. I can't with you.
Now that I open up that can of worms, and
No, I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying, but I'm saying like you said, early dinner, something still in the daylight. Like something that allows you, like, you like to go bike riding. You're not going to go bike riding at night. That's just stupid. You're going to go bike riding during peak sun hours. So you do it by the beach. You go, hey, I'll meet you. I'll meet you by the beach. We can go bike riding. Or we'll have lunch and then we can go bike riding, because maybe lunch goes terrible and you don't want to go bike riding with them. You know, but you're in an area where you can do more things after the fact. Hell, you may do lunch because she doesn't want to do lunch. I'm saying lunch. You go bike riding and then you're still hanging out. You're still doing. You know what? It's dinner time. Want to go grab one more meal? Like, let's finish the night off, or a nightcap. That's when you go to. You try to find a bar that isn't overly crowded or anything, so it's still kind of intimate. You know.
Okay, like, here's my thing with the whole lunch thing. Another concept is lunch is typically pretty short. So in a girl's mind, it's like you're inviting me to lunch. Okay, I'm thinking it's a short period in my day and that's it. I'm not going to block out the whole rest of my evening for you. I'm just thinking we're going to have lunch, we're going to get together, we're going to chit chat, we're going to eat, and then that's it. Whereas dinner always turns into drinks after it has that possibility, but do it early.
Okay.
See where I'm coming from then? He's so mad.
I'm not mad. I get what you're saying. I get the idea, but you also, if you put her somewhere where it's like, out of the norm. Like I said, you go to Santa Monica. You have a lot to do. Somebody's not going to assume they're going to drive all the way to Santa Monica and just eat lunch. But that's also the fact of, are you thinking I'm going to meet you there, or are we driving together? So there's always variables in that. Like some girls aren't comfortable getting in a car the first time with somebody. They rather meet somebody somewhere, you know, and then you want to get to you if then that's conversation like what do you like to do, what do you want to do, and then you plan around what they like to do so you can show them that you're able to do the things they like to do. They like to bike ride. They like a certain type of food. You take them to a restaurant, that specializes in that food. So I mean, the
Gotcha.
first conversation is more important than the first date sometimes,
Well, I
because
mean,
it's what.
yeah, because you're trying to, you know, get some, some good information out of them.
Yeah,
Some good
we just
intel.
didn't say we just get you to Peru and then we'll find somebody.
I mean,
Road
fun.
trip.
Yeah,
What drives
uh,
through there?
yeah. But she's. I mean, that girl's already seeing somebody already, and as we already discussed in that it would, and that's the thing too that I don't know if we truly discussed, but she was like, it takes me 2 years or whatever, to really like be attracted to somebody. It's like, okay, that's great. You know what I mean? And if people think like that, it's like, well, first you got to let people in, you know what I mean? For that time to start counting.
But you also understand that she was giving you like things like, "Hey, give me something." She was throwing like a not, and I'm not saying a full vibe, but she was like, give me more," because there's a difference between knowing somebody for a very long time and feeling comfortable with somebody.
Mm,
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
yeah.
There's this huge difference. Like if they feel comfortable with you right away because they see the type of person you are in whatever they're in. She's saying that she sees people at clubs and they're trying to hit on her right away. It's like it's not the proper way to reach her.
But at the same time, why are you going to a club? Is it for the music? I mean, seriously, is it for the overpriced
She said
drinks?
she loved dancing. She said she loved dancing, so she's actually going for the music. Some people genuinely love to just go dancing. And you got to go to the right club because you're not going to the 18 and over club anymore. You're doing the cougar club because you're a male cougar at this point.
Right, right, right.
There's
So
no male cougar. What is a male cougar?
well, we're silver
I,
foxes
I
now.
just
I mean, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
there you go.
okay. So let me describe to you guys. Did we just so essentially we just said that there is no such thing as a perfect date. Got it. Okay.
It's hard.
For you
Definitely.
guys, for you
It,
guys. So let me describe to you what I put as my first perfect date. Okay. It was we get breakfast, then we go to the movie theater and check out the latest flick. Then we polish it off by going to a Dodger game. I mean that I've done that by myself. I loved it. It was like a perfect day for me. I forgot to say, but
that
then afterwards we stop off and get my favorite nachos too. But I was like, that's already asking a lot. But I would do that as what do they call it? Like when a band like goes off and they're like, oh, they're about to come back on, and then they come back on.
Encore.
Yeah, that'd be my encore. Like you, congratulations, you got an encore. Now we're going to get my favorite nachos at my favorite spot.
that's perfect. That's better than just like, hey, let's have lunch. It's like, hey, let's go to this event. Event being the Dodgers game.
Yeah.
So let's go to the Dodgers game, but let's make a day out of it. Let's do, let's meet up beforehand, get everything settled. Let's, hang out, get to know each other because there's not a whole lot of talking going on during the game. Well, I mean, in
No,
Well,
between.
there's ton.
there's more talking during the game than the movie. So take the movie out. Take the
No, no,
movie
Yeah.
out.
no. But see, you guys don't understand my logic. Again, what the things that I was talking to before, you have to build up everything, right?
Oh
So
my god.
so
Yeah.
the beginning in the morning when we get breakfast, at my favorite spot or the cafe or whatever, we're just there and we're talking about what we want to see. So that lets me into kind of her psyche of her thought process, right? And so then afterwards we go to the movies and then we watch the movie. And I like that because, okay, we just finished eating. Now I don't have to talk. I get to digest. I get to digest everything. And then afterwards, when the movie's over, then we begin to talk about the movie on the way to the Dodger game. and then when we get to the Dodger game, then it's just like, okay, now we can open up a little bit more. Now you're feeling more comfortable. We had our moments of silence or whatever. In my brain, all this just kind of works out. You know what I mean? That's my brain and the way it works. Those little steps in order to get to the next phase or whatever. I don't know if phase is the right word, but that's kind of
Well, I get what you're saying. You're making a day of it without it having to be like, we have to talk. You know, it's
exactly
a let's get to know
exactly.
each other, but let's do it in a comfortable way.
Thank you, Annabelle. Why aren't you on
I
the show all
think
the time?
I think the movie date isn't a first date for adults. A movie date is the teenage first date. It's like, oh, let's meet at a movie because my dad's gonna drop me off here. He's where to pick me up, and there's restaurants around here. We can use popcorn. I think that and you look at people like Annabelle. Annabelle hates breakfast. So she
Annabelle
doesn't like to
eats
eat breakfast.
breakfast. Oh my
I
god, it's the
breakfast
best meal of the
not at
day.
breakfast time. I can't eat first thing in the morning. It makes me nauseous. So, after like 2 hours of me being awake, then I'll be hungry and I'll want to eat, but not during breakfast time. Like, but I don't. What does that have to do with this?
I'm
Nothing.
saying is these are you a part of this is what you think your perfect date is, but you're not taking consideration what their perfect date is.
Okay, well, yeah,
So
I get where he's coming from. He's saying to play towards the type of girl that you want. So
Gotcha.
in your mind, yes, you have your perfect date, but what do you think that she would want? But I don't think it should be like that. I think Albert's doing it right by saying, "Hey, this is me and you tell me about you and do we fit?"
Yeah, because if a girl wants to go on those dates or say, hey, that sounds like an all right time, that's the kind of girl that I'm looking for. Just somebody that, because again, when I was in a relationship, those were our dates. Anytime we went out, it was a full day. Like I planned the entire day. It was like, we're gonna go do this, and then after we're gonna go do this, and I did that, pretty much up till the time that we broke up. You know what I mean? So, but that was always me, and just the way that I always was, and I found somebody that I don't know if she liked it, but she grew to like it because she was just like, "Oh my god, the entire day is planned." Like I'm like, "Yeah, I just need you to just jump in the car and let's go." You know what I mean? Or I've been dreaming about this, or you know. So that was the second prompt about me.
Which I
uh,
don't think I think you got it. Like it takes a little bit of thinking, but yeah.
Now this is the fun part: is where after work you can find me, and I put at the gym because when gyms were open, when I wasn't at work, I was at the gym. That's where I was pretty much, at. What else? Did I miss anything? So those are the three prompts that you're gonna get when you find out about me. And yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'll try tonight. And for those listening, I don't know if you guys know this or not. You don't know it. Only me and David know it. But we're going to take a little break uh, after this
1 week
season.
hiatus.
Yeah, we're going to go on a real quick hiatus, and of course, again, as you guys listen to this, know that this second season was unprecedented. Because we were going into the second season, there was a barely new strain called COVID coming out, and me and David were just like, okay, we were still at the bar, still doing the show, and then they closed everything. And that was, I think that was like 4 or 5 shows deep into the program, Drinks to Words by.
Season two
Yeah,
into
season
actually
two.
season two.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so when that happened, luckily I had a backup show that I recorded a while ago, but we took 2 weeks off. But it felt like 1 week, but we took 2 weeks off as we were trying to figure out what to do. And during that time, that's when I built my little recording studio that you see before you. And
Oh, what's on your screen there in the background?
it's my recording studio, and then that's when we started just doing it over the phone. And the season was about to end, but we were still in coronavirus. I mean, we still are in coronavirus. Let's face it.
Sorry, the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still in the COVID, and because of the way I built everything, I was, me and David had a talk, and we're like, "Do you want to do this?" And I was like, "Dude, I got nothing going on." I was like, "Yes." I'm like, I need something to fill my time. Not that this is a time filler. I mean, I enjoy doing it, but it was that weird point of like, dude, like I don't have that much interaction anymore, and I miss talking with people, and David, you're my only hope. You know what I mean?
No, it's been an exciting. It's been a weird, exciting second season. We went from the phone to live shows to a cooking show to the one all bartender show at Greg's.
I know that
We
one was crazy.
we were lit at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, we've covered a good amount of different. We've done a lot of different things for this show this season, this COVID season. So I can only expect bigger and better things for us moving forward. But yeah, I mean, it's been fun. It's been entertaining. I mean, I'm not going to say everything was gold, but everything can be gold.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know, but I mean, there's a lot that you can go up to, and now we're approaching 100, which we didn't foresee until maybe December of next year or of this year. Like we did not really understand what we were getting into. We were just kind of just strolling along.
I didn't foresee it at all. I didn't know that we were going to keep it going the way we did. I'm not sad or upset in any way. I just, I didn't know. I didn't expect anything of this. I thought I'm just hanging out with friends. We were still meeting at the bar, so just hanging out, drinking, bullshitting with the people that we normally drink and bullshit with the occasional guest. But it's gotten to something that like I'm proud of. I'm happy for it, and I think, and I've said this on many occasions. You and I have gotten closer, so it's one of those like I'm glad that we're getting to 100, and I don't see us stopping anytime soon.
I don't either. The show is gonna progress and move along, and especially the way it is now. Where we don't even have to be in a room together. Not that that's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I do miss being in a room with you guys and having that. But this kind of fulfills that in a way. Until we can get back into the bar. And speaking of being back into the bar, let me just add thank you guys so much for tuning in and actually being a part of our Instagram because we just got a comment and people are commenting on our Instagram. And I like that. And I'm sure you like that too. It's a whole new way to interact with us
Yeah,
and we truly do appreciate that. But we got a comment the other day from Chile Verde 562. I don't know if it's 562 or 562, but well, for all intents purposes, Chile Verde 562 says watching these makes me feel like I'm sitting at the Cove Cocktail Bar, and she tagged someone, and they also were laughing and said yes, and we did reply back saying thank you so much, and for me that is a huge compliment. To say that it feels like you're back here with the bar, because that's what me and David, you know, always wanted. We wanted to bring
yeah,
the bar to you, especially in this format, because we couldn't. I always tell people we can't be in the bar, but we can bring the bar to you, and hopefully you guys are drinking and enjoying that as well. And
Up
thank
on a
you.
Thursday.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that those people got recognition for their
I
comments.
think that's really important too, like what you guys are doing because everybody misses that atmosphere, that whole shooting the shit and whatever, like being at the bar. So if they can sit back and watch you guys shoot the shit, which is probably what they were doing at the bar anyways.
yeah.
I-
It was either like you were shooting the shit with me outside, and then go inside, and then shoot the shit with Albert.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
so
oh, oh. Side note: did you happen to see Greg's post?
no, what's going on?
He's getting another barrel,
Another barrel of what?
a Weller.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. I mean, ladies and
There's gonna be a
gentlemen,
Cove. There's gonna be a Cove Weller.
isn't there already? No, that's a
No, it's the
there's a
Maker's
Cove
Mark.
Makers. There's a Cove Weller Antique, right?
I
Yes.
don't think it's his own special barrel though. Like it was like they tasted it kind of like a like you find at Bevmo and stuff, but this is like specifically the Cove's like their full barrel type of thing.
Gotcha.
They just have bottles of there, yeah.
Well, for more information, call the Cove. I don't know when they're open. None of us do, but
Yeah.
call them, let them know. I think that'd be a great way
If
to
and when.
support. Yeah, yeah. Um, moving right along. Wanted to get your thoughts. Two things. Um, Screech is passing.
Don't care.
Oh.
Did people care? David, no, obviously. It was odd, it was an odd thing, like Screech is dead. Screech was the only guy that was so not part of the program. And I mean that in the way of like Mario Lopez went on to do the TV and going on and hosting extra,
Colonel
Mark
Sanders.
yeah, Colonel Sanders, that movie, which was great, you know what I mean? And then Mark Paul Gosselaar just became an actor. He's in a few roles, and then what's her name? The one that was addicted to caffeine, Jet, who played
Jesse
Jesse,
Spano.
Jesse Spano. She went on, did a movie, you know,
Showgirls.
Didn't
yeah, and,
he do
and then
some other stuff after?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen went on to go ahead and do 90210, and I mean, I was in 90210, but then she got there, and I'm like, I'm super in now. You know what I mean? Not that I was leaving, but I was just like, oh shit, now Tiffany, and she's the bad girl. I was like, oh, this is great. And Lark Voorhees just like came out in like a Boys to Men video, and that was it. That's all we ever saw of her. And but Screech though, he did like a porn, he did like all this not a thing, you know what I mean? He just went like
Yeah,
off.
but he got bitter. Like he got bitter, and there was like a whole thing. He was like on a VH1 like lose weight, a celebrity weight loss program, and then he was just a dick. And he became such a bitter person. And well, first of all, when I say I don't care, it's just me. I don't know you personally. I'm very hard pressed to really have any feelings in regards to your death. Two, knowing that you were like a dick. It's sad that he was 44. I mean, considering that he's our age, sorry, Annabelle, not your age, but our age, and and it was lung cancer. It's sad. It's sad in that in the aspect of his age, in regards to just him in general. I mean, yes, he was the original Saved by the Bell too. He was the junior high Saved by the Bell.
It was a
So
junior high seat by the bell. I'm trying to remember this. There
what?
Yeah,
was.
You don't know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. There was. It's all coming back. It takes me a minute to like remember things because I gotta. There's a lot of wires in this brain, dude, that I gotta uncross and recross and get right. But that's right. That's right because they had like a British like girl that was like their teacher or something like that, right?
Teacher, yeah,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah.
It's all coming back.
And they did junior high, high school, and they did the college years, which was
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah. No, I don't know. Lilo Zato. But at one point in my life, I was like, okay, like I was like, it's
It wasn't
weird.
Lana Zato.
No,
Wasn't it Mike Golick, Bob
oh, there
Golick?
you go, Mike Golick. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I was like, oh my god, like I was like, it showed to me that a Raider could be caring, that the Raiders weren't like crazy. You know what I mean?
And they
It was an odd
were.
pairing, but it worked. But it worked.
Yeah.
Something that I think is not gonna work is Jeopardy. Is in Jeopardy. Have you heard this?
Oh,
I haven't watched it to tell you the difference, but I was okay if after Trebek died they ended it, because Trebek was Jeopardy. there was
Yeah.
no. I mean, I think he was Jeopardy. I
Well,
think.
breaking
No, go
news:
ahead.
they're bringing in a doctor to revive this franchise, and not that doctor, but Doctor Oz. What
No,
the fuck?
no,
Yes,
no. Oh, it's done.
yes. Have
Done.
you heard
It's
this? Have you
They're
seen
trying
this? Have you
to
read
bring it back
this?
with his face.
Is it that's the first of all, it's the most unlikely pairing. Secondly, why would you do that? That pretty much denounces any authenticity, anything about smarts. You know what I mean? Like Alex Trebek, we don't know if Alex Trebek was smart, but he made it seem like he was smart, and we believed he was smart. You put Dr. Oz in there, a reality guy, it completely throws the entire integrity of the show off.
I thought they were using the past champions. I thought that was like a good
That
idea.
was right, but now they're saying that the host is going to be Dr. Oz. I was
Ooh,
completely livid,
No,
completely
done.
livid.
like they're just using his fame. Like he already has a fan club. So if they bring it to Jeopardy, hopefully they can revive it,
The
you know?
Jeopardy
Yes.
doesn't need a fan. They
No.
already has their hardcore
No.
people that watch Jeopardy.
She's she's
No,
absolutely correct. Annabelle is 100% correct in this.
That's I'm sorry,
we have that
Annabelle.
recorded, right? I'm just
Yes, this will be a clip on our Instagram. You
Annabelle's
first you
100% right. Yeah.
Hey, I will tell you. You know, I tell you right when you're right.
I know, honey.
I she's 100% right. It's the old like. Well, it's like Family Feud when Steve Harvey took over. Like it's Steve Harvey. Like it's why would you have Steve Harvey? Because he had a following, and somehow
no
Family Feud's
no
got dumber.
now, David, we're gonna digress from that because Steve Harvey may have had a following, but he was a comedian and he knew about timing and he could make things funny. There's a difference. Dr. Oz,
Yeah, no, he fit better into that role, yes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would be a lot happier had they gone a different route and picked a comedian, or if they would have just went on with the champions. I think that would have been cool. You know what I mean?
They had to
To
bring Will Ferrell because he played Trebek on.
Oh my God, David! Yes, that was.
You'd have brought Will Ferrell to play Trebek. Yeah, not even to play Trebek, but to be the host. You know
Hold
what
on.
I mean?
I got to do one shot of myself clapping at you. How to do it? Yes, you're absolutely right. To just what this is why me and you need to be consulted, obviously, for these things. One of the last things I want to get to, um, before we get into sports,
Well, there's one more
is
thing even before that. So after this thing, Annabelle has something that we have to ask you that we
Yeah,
looked
no, I
into
have a
earlier.
thing for you.
oh, okay. Okay.
Ask again. I came with the topic.
Oh my God, Annabelle! See, this is why I missed you on the show. This is why we missed you on the show. Um, and okay, so I wanted to talk to you guys about this interview I had. Now, right now we're about to go on a little bit of a hiatus. Only 1 week, nothing crazy. But if you like me, you can follow me on my other interviews that I do on entertheshell.com. There I interview musicians and whatnot. It's a little bit different. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a little bit different from Drinks to Words by, and
It's
it's
a
a
lot of it different. It's a lot of it different. No, it's a lot of it different. Like I give you, I have pages of respects in regards to the show that you've done. When you do your interviews, you are very knowledgeable. You are prepared. It's your show. It's Albert's time. So the beauty of this show is we get to bounce back off of each other, and it's fun. It's just bullshitting and character, but that is really a show.
thank
That's like a legitimate like interview show. So I mean, don't downplay it. Give
yeah.
yourself respect.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm just saying, but this isn't a promo for that. But uh, what happened was I was talking to a artist the other day, and it's going to air in a couple days. But he was talking about love songs, and I thought it was kind of perfect because as we all know, cuffing season is about to start February 15th. But before we get to there, is of course Valentine's Day. But he made this amazing observation about how love songs make promises that are bold and unachievable. For example, right? He's like Bruno Mars. I'll catch a grenade for you, right? And I'm just like, oh my god, you're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Love songs
When
are
David and I were dating, so my thing was like, I will do most things for you. Most things. I won't do everything for you. I will do most things for you.
Okay, so wait. You you watched Flight of the Concords, right?
yeah. Huge Flight of the Conchords fan. You know that.
Yeah. Okay. So you remember the scene where he writes the letter? It's like I don't know if it's a letter or a song. It's like, so what do you think? And he's like, it's long. So yeah, it's 2 hours long. He's like, yeah. Well, I mean, let's look over here. It's like he's like, you're saying here that you'll climb the highest mountain for her. And he's like, yeah, but you. He's like, it's a metaphor for me saying I will do anything for her. So would you climb the highest mountain for her? No. So yeah, dude. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yes, I get it. Yeah, I'll jump a good day for you. Yeah, there's a lot of shit in love songs. You're like, I'm not gonna be singing to you in the rain. Very R&B.
Wait. You've never sang to a girl in the rain?
No, not while dancing.
That's not a thing.
I'm trying to get out of the rain. Nobody's
That
like fucking saying the rain. I'm running in the rain to get to dry space.
But I just thought that was the most perfect observation. That
Yeah,
that I was like, why
that
didn't I
yeah.
think of that? But I just wanted to share that. And I thought that was just it was so funny. I was like, I got to share it on the other show. I got to share it on the Drinks Words by, which I love doing. And
We we
you
have to we have to do. There has to be a skit where it's like, all right, we have to write a realistic R&B song.
well, he
Write a
did.
realistic love song.
Well, let me tell. When we go into this, is he did write a realistic love song, which
Oh yeah.
was which was "I'll make a sandwich for you." That was his like song, and we just went into that, talking about that because I was like, that is realistic. Like I'll make a sandwich for you after whatever. I'll make, my new thing, of course, is I'm cutting carbs. Is I'll make a salad for you, that you're gonna love. So it'll be a great salad. This will be a
I,
salad your friends will be
I
jealous of.
I will deconstruct a burger for you.
No, I have to I have to show you guys my process, and so
Yeah,
you could see, because I mean you can, but like the way I do the lettuce, I get super just, I don't know, I get very what I like to call gourmand with it. So
Wait. Okay, so are you using actual patties like frozen patties, or are you using ground beef?
I'm using ground beef, and then I get it, and then I
Okay.
just cut it in. I cut it in the salad. So I was gonna take a photo of it, but I didn't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be the guy because I'm not that guy. There's very in my photo profile lifestyle realm. There is not a photo of food. There might be one photo of nachos, just so I could cement the fact that I'm a nacho lover. But it doesn't happen often that I take a picture of food, and I
Okay,
should,
so
but I just don't
you
want to be that.
should. I don't. I should more too because I've been cooking more. But see, here's the problem with the idea of the ground beef burger salad is one. I'm okay eating a medium rare burger. I just never thought of trying to eat a medium rare salad. Does that? Am I the only one? I don't.
Well, you haven't lived. You haven't lived,
You
David.
haven't lived.
I am totally against that. I will do a medium rare steak on a salad.
Okay, but we're not talking about a steak. We're talking about a deconstructed burger. So do you understand? Like it's ground beef. Like I don't like.
It's
I'm not
yeah.
doing a tartare. Okay, that was just
Yeah,
side note. Sorry,
side
So,
note.
so
something
my
popped in
top.
my head.
Yes. So
Okay.
Annabelle, I'm very excited for this, and this is why I love having you on, and I miss having you on, and I'm sorry about everything, and just I mean this is I mean dude, this is the way kind of everything fell onto everything, of trying to get the video stuff
Yeah,
happening on for the show and
no
stuff.
worries. Don't even apologize. Like, because when he's doing his show or when you guys are doing the show, I get my only like alone time ever.
Really? Okay. All right. So I mean, so it worked out. I mean, I'm
Okay,
glad.
all
I'm glad.
right, okay. You can get way more alone time then. Fine.
Go visit Albert.
I'm
Okay,
gonna go have
so
salads. Yeah, I'm gonna say when I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go have salads with Albert. I'll be back later.
Dude, okay, tonight or tomorrow when I do I'm gonna send you a photo. I'm gonna send you a photo without the beef, and then I'm gonna send you a photo with the beef. By the way, my new profile about me.
Albert, he has the meats.
So
Albert, Arby's, same difference.
yeah. So Annabelle, go ahead, take the floor.
Okay, so I was reading this thing and it says the song on your seventh birthday, the top song on your seventh birthday will define your 2021. So
When I was 7.
yeah. So I like this one because it's a little bit, it's an older song. It's not something like super poppy because a lot of them always pick like, 10 years past. So on your seventh birthday, what song did you have on the number one, I guess, on the Billboard charts?
Yeah, I'm looking. Um,
While you do that, David, what was yours?
I
I
mean, no
want to
one's
dance
gonna
with
know that.
somebody by Whitney Houston.
You know that? Oh well, you probably
Because
because you
we did this
probably
beforehand. We did this
gotcha.
beforehand. Yeah, yeah. So mine was I want to dance with somebody by Whitney Houston.
Wow, let me tell you what mine's was. I just found out right now.
All right.
Uh, it and of course, it wasn't just one person. It was multiple people. This was "We Are the World" by
Oh,
USA for
God.
Africa, and it was tied with Lionel Richie's "Say You, Say Me." How about that?
Say you, say
Say me,
me,
say
say for
her.
always. That's the way it should be.
That's so
I
you,
don't know
Albert.
how I don't know how to define that. Like you're gonna be
That's
very
me, but that's
wordy.
me.
That's
That's
It is
you. That's
completely
very
you.
me.
Albert.
Loved by many. Loved by many.
Sung by what? Lionel Richie.
I love
That
Lionel.
should be my profile. Say you, say me. If they,
No one's gonna get it.
yeah, no,
No,
too
it
obscure.
should no, it should be. Hello, is it me you're
To me,
looking
you're looking
for?
for so easy, easy for me.
Annabelle, what was your song?
Baby got back.
Yeah, which is ironic because you don't. Ah,
Oh,
sports.
and
That was awesome, Albert. I'll give you that one.
it's like a yeah, no.
Let's
Annabelle,
get
the
into some
spots for this year.
sports to end the program, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Before we get into the big game, okay,
Before, okay, before.
before we got to talk about Jared Goff, Matt
Oh,
Stafford,
oh, oh.
the
Annabelle, you
switcheroo,
can sit this one out.
the switcheroo, complete. Got to get your
It
thoughts.
was it was an absolute, in my mind, an absolute terrible trade,
Wow. Okay. Why?
dude. One, Goff wasn't an issue in regards to your quarterbacking.
You
Two,
think that was the
you
issue?
gave up you gave up a starting QB and 2 first rounders. And I think that's my bigger issue is the first rounders that they gave up for Stafford. Because Stafford, he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's the game changer that you're making him out to be. Like, had they made that trade for Deshaun Watson, okay, I get it. But to give away 2 first rounders and your quarterback who's gotten you to the playoffs, like he got you to the playoffs. Had you not gotten to the playoffs, then okay, trade Goff. But he got you to the playoffs, and he was playing with a broken finger. So, you know what I mean? And it wasn't like you weren't competitive. You just, okay. So I just think it was a terrible, terrible trade. I believe so. You?
Oh, well, I it made sense. It made sense fiscally because they were paying so much money for him, and now they freed up their cap space to get more weapons. So I understood it, and of course, I'm an outside looking in because I am a Charger fan, as we all know, and to look at that from that point of view of fiscally, it just made sense. Although I didn't understand because, of course, he brought you at least twice to the playoffs, and I thought that meant something. But in the NFL, that doesn't mean
I
shit anymore. You know what I mean?
my thing is like if you made this trade when you make a trade like this, it's because you feel that your window is really small. So you have to make the big blockbuster trade. So now, if Stafford doesn't get you what you think, or let's say he gets injured, now you have no future because you've given away the first round picks. You know what I mean? It's you lost leverage for a continuation of your team.
I think that now here's the thing. I think they have at least 3 years that they're thinking about with Matt Stafford, because that's why they gave away those picks, because they're like, okay, we're gonna be in kind of the hunt during that time. So yeah, we say first round picks, but that could be the 25th pick. That could be a later pick. Like, granted, it is a sweeter deal, but it might be later on. I think they're not thinking that they're gonna be losing a bunch and they're gonna have a sweet like first round pick type deal.
I'll give you that. It's a later first round, but it's still draft capital. It's still something that you can use down the road. Like if you had Goff and then all of a sudden, hey, let's say uh they need a receiver and just say Odell Beckham is available from the Browns. And obviously I don't want to trade him, but let's say they go, hey, we want Odell Beckham. That's a first rounder. Now you have the leverage because you can give away a first rounder for that receiver. You know what I mean?
Completely.
It's a weird. I don't know. I didn't like the trade. I could be wrong, and it's going to be way different down the road. But I didn't like the trade whatsoever. Not for the Rams' sake. The Lions came out golden because they. I think it was like because I believe that the quarterbacks are on par. There's the same level that Detroit did nothing but gain 2 draft picks.
Yeah, it was we'll see. We don't know where. I mean, we are just, again, we're outsiders looking into the world that is the NFL. How do you think the season, and it's perfect because the season's ending for the Browns, the season is ending for us. Do you feel that your season kind of matched the Browns?
I think that I think that the Browns did better than I expected in their first with the first year coach, and I am very hopeful for the future. I think that if it wasn't for that one non call of the helmet to helmet, we may be in the Super Bowl. Like we may have beat KC. I think that one play was substantially the like was made everything of that game. But I think that moving forward, they are better prepared moving forward in regards to what they need to do. Offensively, they're good. They have a shitload of weapons. and it's just a fix on defense. And that's the fact that two of their huge defensive they drafted a safety in the first round, and he's tore his Achilles, and then one of their other corners he was out all season. So their secondary was depleted the entire year. So they did that with a triaged secondary. Now, if they can pull in somebody like JJ Watt, who wants to get out of the Texans too, because the Texans have to blow up that team, bar none. What's out. JJ Watt is
Which was
gone. If they can get
crazy.
like
When they got Watson out, I was like, dude, he wants to be traded. I couldn't believe it. To me, the Texans always seemed like they were the premier team of the league. You know, they were on the cusp of just being amazing. They were
that
just
coach,
there, you know.
the coach ruined that team when he traded DeAndre Hopkins. He traded one of the like a top three receiver in the entire league. Who does that for nothing? They traded the top receiver. You know, your number one receiver, you traded him, and then you gave them nothing in return. That team was destined to fail at that point, and that's why the coach is gone. I mean, that's why it's good for Detroit, because Detroit is building a new team because they have a new coach. So it's I don't know. It's going to be a very weird offseason, and it's going to be very exciting. But as far as Super Bowl, I know
We'll
who
get
I want to win.
okay. We'll get there in just one second. This is kind of super not well, I mean, not this is NFL adjacent, sports adjacent, but it isn't. Is I was gifted a Colin Kaepernick jersey.
Hmm.
It was the oddest gift because I'm like, I'm a Charger fan.
So are you going to re-gift it?
I don't know what to do with this. No, well,
Keep it, keep it.
I don't know
With
because
everything that's gone on, that's going
Yeah.
to be
No?
a collector's item. It's a collector's item.
it was
Okay.
it was the oddest thing. I was like, because I was like, this is like, do you feel that because the Colin Kaepernick jersey has taken on beyond just a player. It's a movement, and for you to
That's
give
why.
that to me, that's putting a lot of faith in me. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I mean, I thank you, but that's almost giving like Superman's cape, to I'm trying to remember the other photographer that wasn't Clark Kent.
Jimmy Olsen.
Yes, to Jimmy Olsen. You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, like,
Robert, did you not remember your song?
well, that is
Where's the
true.
Tiffany?
Say you, say me. I am the world. You're right. You know what I mean? Uh, you know, uh, it's true. Yeah. So I thought that was odd. It was just an odd experience in my life, and those oddities happen in my life that are just that odd that people give me these. Of course, we all put meaning to everything, and I thought that was rather interesting. Colin Kaepernick. Let's talk about him because this season was truly about Colin Kaepernick, in my opinion. It encapsulated what he was about. He was ahead of his time. We, not we, but I should say he was punished. He was punished for his beliefs. He was punished for doing what he thought was right and what he knew was right. And that is what a true hero does. They don't storm capitals, okay? They do it the right way, you know, taking a knee. Did that kill anybody? No. Did that
Well, it
cause,
depends. If you're a cop, it did.
he did what, and he was vilified. He was completely
It was
vilified.
vilified.
He
Yes.
was he was blackballed in the NFL community, and nobody would pick him up. And it is so disheartening for that realization. And my Heart goes out to him, and I'm sure right now he's just like, I told you, motherfuckers. But that's what this season truly encapsulates for the NFL was truly Colin Kaepernick's comeback and his ideology coming to fruition, and all of us realizing that he was right.
Yep. It was eye-opening. This year was very eye-opening in regards to everything that he tried to tell us years ago, and it's just like, so now what? You guys did all this, and it's bullshit. And he didn't do anything wrong. But you look at like, remember Ray Rice,
Trying to remember.
the Ravens running back that beat his wife inside the
Yes. Okay. It's all
elevator.
okay. Oh yeah. It's all starting to come back. Yeah. It
Yeah, they
takes
were
a minute.
showing that. They were showing that repeatedly, and vilifying him and all that stuff. But did you see what happened recently with Chad Wheeler, the offensive lineman for Seattle?
No.
He beat his wife within an inch of her life. Like, he was choking her to death, and there's nothing on anything. There's no social media. There's no news. Just because it wasn't on film, and he was Caucasian, it seems like there's a double standard when you look at like NFL players who are black, and just because on video, you run them through the fucking gauntlet. But you look at somebody like Chad Wheeler, who's white, who basically did worse to his wife than Ray Rice, but there's nothing on it. And these are the things that people point out, and you view like, hey, what's going on? Why is it this? And it always comes back to, that. So it's a weird situation. So when you look at this year and what Kaepernick tried to tell everybody beforehand, like, hey, you got to open up your mind, your heart, your eyes.
I believe 1985 comes to mind. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Say you, say me.
You say that, you say me.
But now let's get on to the big game.
I just want to dance with somebody.
Let's move on to the big game. Annabelle, did you have something to say?
Oh, I was gonna segue. I see you pouring your drink. How did it turn out?
Oh, fantastic. I mean, you put gin in anything, and I'm fucking happy. You know what I mean?
But you
I
didn't stir it. So is the gin on top, or how does that work out?
it's been layered. It's just been I've been like, oh, it needs this, it needs that. It's weird, when you make a cocktail. You know, this is what I like to Big Mac my cocktail in the fact where it's like I put the bun, I put the nectar, then I put the gin, and then I put some nectar on top. You know what I mean? Just kind of burger it. I
So
guess. I
yeah,
guess.
okay, got it.
The Big Mick.
Yeah,
2 off these patties, lettuce, special sauce. Our buds don't have sesame seeds.
yeah, and I'm almost, dude, and this is what I've been dealing with. This gin is almost done. I watch
You have
movies.
a really large bottle that we got you when you were here.
Yeah, and it's weird because I watch movies and people are drinking the bottle and stuff like that, and I'm like, how can you drink one bottle a day? And here I am, you know what I mean, almost done with this bottle in one day, and I'm just like, oh no, because you don't know, you just drink and before you're like, let's have myself another
Oh,
cocktail,
let me
let's have
freeze.
myself another cocktail. Before you know, you're done with like the bottle. It's restraint is what I'm working on. It's
I'm trying so bad. Like, we have some very nice bottles in our cabinet right now that I'm trying to save for the 100th episode. So like,
what do you have? What do you have?
like I said, we have right now we have Old Forester Rye, the 100 proof.
Ooh,
We have Old Granddad bottled in bond, 100 proof.
jeez, I can't wait.
Uh, we have the Four Roses, which will be gone. We have the Gentleman Jack, which will be gone. We have the Seagram's vodka, which will be gone
That's fine.
because we're talking about 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I got 2 more knuckle sandwiches in the fridge, and then I have a case of
The
What is
voodoo.
it? No, the Voodoo Imperial IPA, which is 9%. So I'm trying, but just trying to make sure I make this last so that we have a nice day. We'll have to pick up a bottle of gin for the 100th episode.
I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, it is welcomed. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Gin should be, and you know what? I've been doing my part because I've had my regulars that have texted me. They're like, help me get to your. How do you create this? And I've been texting them how to, and I've been telling them you need to buy. And I was like, you need to buy these instruments. You need to buy these. You need to buy that. You need to buy a press. You need to buy a muddler or whatever. And this is what you
Yeah.
need to do with it. So, uh, I've been slowly converting people to gin. I don't know if that's good or bad. I think that's good because I'm a gin guy, but we'll see. But let's finally get down to it. Let us get down to the big game, ladies and gentlemen. Which, let me, by the way, when you saw the two teams that were going to be in the game that I
Oh,
predicted,
you're
what
bringing
went
up.
through what went through the brain? What went through the brain?
Is I knew it, I just didn't want it.
You thought you were smarter than the professor. You know what I mean? You thought you were
Oh,
smarter
get
than
out of here with
the
that
guy
shit.
that like really understood what was gonna go on. I gotta
You
give
said
you.
the professor. I was like, okay, Gilligan, calm down.
I went with the teams that were playing the best at that point in time.
I don't know, man. I was just like, you can't go against Tom Brady. Pat PH or PMH is amazing, and I was floored, because I was like, I'm a very analytical person, so to see that happen, I was just like, yeah, like it made sense. It just made sense. But that's happening this Sunday, which is again why and I love that the fact that we're like ending the season right now before the game because we want to watch the game. We want to take the entire weekend off and just enjoy
Yeah.
what is the big game
It's,
happening.
it is the Super Bowl weekend, the whole
Yes.
thing, the bang.
Although I will say this. I like the fact that you're like, Albert, we have to take the weekend off. It's Super Bowl weekend. I'm like, I got nothing to do. Like, I love your brain. You're like, Albert must be partying. No, I am going to stay home. There's nothing that I'm
Over
doing.
here.
I could do
I mean,
pre pre bowl there. You know what I mean?
we'll figure it out, But all right. So I'm sure Annabelle doesn't have any. I
But
don't know, Annabelle. Do you have any?
but I think Annabelle has the most insight because I mean, Annabelle, for lack of a better term, you don't know anything about football. You have no skin in the game, as they would say. So you're gonna be the most purest answer out of all of us.
I used to be a cheerleader. I know a lot about football. My brother was a football player. I know a lot about football. I just don't keep up with it.
Okay,
So
okay, but I
yeah.
mean, as far as but I mean, you're a Charger fan like myself.
Mhm.
But so we really, I mean, we're just onlookers on now. And I just had to mention that you're a Charger fan because fucking go Chargers, baby. Um,
Well,
Go fucking Chargers. But which, by the way, sidebar, I'm super excited about next season. But that's the Chargers. The Chargers are always next season that we deal with. But I'm super excited. New everything, new coaches, new everything, and I hopefully we will be contenders. And it's tough to be in a division with Patrick Mahomes. That is perhaps the toughest division, and that's why I got to get what your thoughts are on who's going to win. Go for it, Annabelle.
who's gonna win?
Yes, who's going to win?
Yeah, babe. Who's gonna win?
Ah,
She doesn't even know who's playing.
Do you know who's playing? Do you know who's playing?
I don't. Like I said, I don't keep up
Perfect.
with it.
This is perfect. Okay, okay. So it's Kansas City versus Tampa Bay. Kansas City has this guy called Patrick Mahomes, who is pretty badass. Well, Tampa Bay last year was the shittiest fucking team in this entire. Well, no, I wouldn't say the shittiest. They were pretty bad.
No, Cincinnati was the shittiest team last year.
I know. That's why I was like, well, I get it. But they were pretty bad. But then they got this guy that the New England Patriots were like, we don't need him to win. And they got Tom Brady. And meanwhile, the Patriots sucked this year for all intents and purposes.
True.
Which again proves another point of like, they're like, was it Tom Brady? Was it Bill Belichick? Was it a combination of both? And now I'm starting to think it was a combination of both because you have Bill Belichick focusing on the defense. He already had Tom Brady in cruise control, so he didn't have to worry about that. It was a good mixture, but it shows that Tom
Going with
Brady
that
can
then.
lead.
Well, no. That's what it takes. It takes a good team. So in that sense, like you've got both ends covered, and so I'll go with that. Let's go for Tom Brady.
All right, so you're going
Ugh,
for Tampa Bay.
gross.
Tampa Bay. Wow, it was so gross. You threw up the phone.
Yeah, I threw my phone
I
away. Yeah, I threw my phone away. Gross.
He just really loved my lamp. I love that lamp. No,
Oh
I mean
man.
it makes sense though. I mean, you think about let's convert it to like basketball. You know, the Lakers when they had a good set, you have two players that are just bouncing off of each other, and it works. Like so, I'm gonna go for that.
All right. All right. That's cool. I mean, it's an honest answer. I like the way you're thinking. I'm totally for it. So yeah, all right. Tampa Bay. All right. Next we're gonna go with David. David, what do you think? What are your predictions for the
Um,
big game?
you know what? I mean, Super Bowls are always unpredictable. They're always, you never know. Uh, but at this point, to be the champion, you got to be the champion. And right now, I think that the champion is still playing on all cylinders. Um, Mahomes has so many weapons. I do not believe that KC can fall behind early like they did last year, but I think KC wins it uh, again. I think they go back to back. Are you listening to me? What's over? Oh, there. You're
Eh,
making
I
more
was
drinks,
pausing
making
for
more
effect.
cocktails, my friend.
Well, yeah, that too. That
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
I was pausing for effect and for creating the cocktail. This one, I'm going to plead ignorance on this. This is the toughest thing that I've ever had to deal with in my life. I am completely torn. I am completely torn, and I'll tell you why. And let me first go with the obvious: AFC West. Kansas City, if they win, it does great for the division. And the Chargers are part of that division. And I've said this multiple times. If we don't win, I want somebody in my division to win because that makes our division that much more economic, that much more uh, worthy of being amazing. And I know that that's a weird concept to think of, but it is a very us. It is a very us. At least somebody from my division one, in order for them to get to the big game, they had to go through us, and we made them better. Kind of like how I feel about us. We make each other better. Whether you win or I win, we both
Yeah.
win together when somebody wins because we made each other better. Okay, but this is the torn part is Tom Brady, man. Fuck, it is so tough to be that guy because you want to be that guy and I don't want to be that guy, even though as much as we deny that we don't, because he's a fucking winner. He knows what it takes to win. He understands that plight. And people hate him for that. And at the same time, if we were put in that shoe, we want to win. Like we want to be the top dog. And it's so tough. If you were his brother, if you were his sibling, if you just, even had a remote investment in him, you want him to win. And for the haters to hate, it's like, why are you hating on the man? You're only hating on the man because you're not a part of his team, because you're not a part of his immediate family. If you were his, if he was your son, okay? If he was your son,
You're going real deep with this right
yeah,
now.
I mean, I got super deep into this. Again, levels. If he was my son, I'd be like, of course I want you to win. Of course I want you to, you are the greatest, but fuck, in order to be the greatest, you gotta fucking level up. You gotta do shit that is great shit. You gotta do superhero shit. And the things that we're watching, we have not even conceived. I mean, think about it. 10 Super Bowls. How many quarterbacks can? Well, I thought I saw all the quarterbacks. When I saw Joe Montana, you know, being Joe Montana, I thought there was never going to be anything than that. That was, and I was even a 49er fan. I was a Charger fan, but he was a Notre Dame guy, and I was like, this guy is fucking amazing. I wanted to be a 49er fan, but it was that that
Lord.
purity, that I had for my team. You know what I mean? That loyalty that I had. That I was like, well, I can't do that. I can't jump ship. You know what I mean? I already got my team. So um, it's I'm not gonna call it. I'm gonna say this goes down in a tie, first ever Super Bowl tie, completely
Not possible.
unexpected. Is it?
Not
Is it
possible, but okay. It's not possible.
I
I
mean, what do you
no, but you
say?
know what's cool though? That we're all on different ends. It's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah, we got Chiefs, Patriots, and tie.
Because
Or I'm sorry, Chiefs. That's how Tom Brady did it. Chiefs, Buccaneers, and tie.
no, it's Chiefs, Tom Brady, or tie.
Yeah.
I'm Team Tom Brady.
Uh,
It's tough, man. It is so tough because, again, we will never see, and maybe we will. And of course I'm being speculative because what we're seeing is never been done before, and of course when it's never been done, it's never been done. But what we're seeing is something iconic. You know what I mean? This is truly us looking at Iron Man. This is a true Tony Stark that we're
Yeah,
witnessing.
but you look at it like this may be the passing of the torch because you look at Mahomes who has
He's
the
amazing.
biggest contract ever, and he's
Well
so
deserved, I should
young.
say. Well deserved, I should say. Biggest contract,
He's
and
so young.
I'm like, yes, of
He
course,
They
I'm
can
for it.
keep this Kansas City team as the next dynasty, so you never know. I mean, we're looking at at him for this, but at the same time, it's like, are we looking at the next Tom Brady? Are we looking at the next owner of the throne? So this could be that determination.
See, I
Could
don't like where you're going with that though, because you're basing everything on one player. The only reason that I picked Tampa Bay is because there's more than one player going on.
But you don't know anybody else besides
I
Tom
know.
Brady.
Who else do you know? Who else do you know?
So your argument is moot. Whereas as um you look at the 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 players on KC, Kelsey, who now broke like every tight end record for a season ever, and you have Tyreek Hill, who's the fastest player in the NFL. That's all on the offense. Again, so you're looking at the team. So right now, technically, the KC Chiefs are the team to beat because they are the defending champions. So technically, if you're picking a team, you're going with KC, but you're picking Tom Brady.
I'll stick with my choice.
This is the toughest. This is the toughest Super Bowl to ever predict. I can't predict it, and I won't because it's that tough. It's tough. all I have to say is I think the fans are gonna win. The fans are gonna win because I have a feeling that we're gonna have a good Super Bowl for everybody, and everybody is gonna luck out for that. But thank you guys. You guys have lucked out for listening and tuning in and being a part of this this show. This is We are ending our second season on a complete high note, and it's all because of you guys for the participation, for the downloads. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We, I mean, we could do it without you. I mean, let's face it. Let's face it. I mean,
We've
we
done it
just
for most. We've done it for 90 for most of the 90 episodes. 90 episodes we've done.
This goes back to well, what does it go? It goes back to the whole I will do most things for you. You
yeah.
know, yeah, we can do it without you, but it's nice to have you here.
It is so great. Thank you guys. So I mean, and I'm not saying we don't appreciate it. We truly do, but we're just saying thank you so much for this ride and this journey that you guys have been on as we are inching so much closer to 100. And of course, I know it's weird because numbers, in my opinion, don't mean a thing. You know what I mean? And it's such a weird thing to say because my whole thought process is they're like, well, when did this person die? How old were they? And I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. What to me, what means a lot is what did they do? How impactful were they in your life? To me, that means more than a number. And you guys are very impactful to us because now we are having these great conversations, these great comments on our Instagram, and people actually want to be a part of the program. So for that, I am truly thankful. I know David's thankful, and
I
thank you
am
guys
very much so.
so much for that. We are so happy. We are so happy that you've stood with us because for the most part, we didn't know what to do with the Instagram. I mean, it's just this year we're like, let's just one picture a week. They'll be satisfied, right? Like
Yeah, we
it
gotta give
was,
them more.
yeah. It was just odd trying to figure out um, what this program is, and it's not what it is because we know what it is, but it's just like how do you put that in such a quantitative small perspective of just trying to relate and for those comments especially of people to understand that this show is like being at a bar. We want that. That's we design, not that we designed it, but that's what was like, yeah, let's just be at a bar. And we're so glad that that carried over, and that you guys are tuning in. Hopefully you guys are drinking as well, and send us an email or a comment. Let us know what you guys are drinking. Our 100th episode
Yeah,
again.
actually, that would be a bad idea. If you want to send us a picture of what you're drinking, we'll post you and your picture, and on our Instagram, so that you show that we have other fans who are drinking along with us, or
You
I
guys
think
should
that's
just
anything.
put the hashtag, you know,
Drinks towards
whatever
by.
you
What you
hashtag
drinking?
drink to work by, or what's in my cup.
Oh, that's a good. Okay, we need two hashbags. Hashbags.
Hashtags.
Hashtags. I've been drinking.
That
I've been
gin's
drinking.
kicking in.
The
That
drink
gin
is
is
finally
kicking
kicking
in.
in. The gin is kicking in. What was it? Drinks towards my hashtag and hashtag what's
And
in
then
my cup or
what's in my cup.
what's in my cup. I'm gonna start hashtagging that on the things on
Instagram.
the
Yeah.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, on the Instagram. Yeah, on the Instagram. I'm gonna
On
start
the thing
hashtagging.
that we are speaking on.
Yes, 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 yes. We're up.
That thing.
I'll put that on there, Charlie. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. And if you truly appreciate us, you can always tip us. We are on the Venmo. Okay. So at Drinks Towards By, make sure to check us out right there at Drinks Towards By. You can tip us. You could send us email or slide in the DM and tell us what you want us to drink or just tip us just in general. We do this because we love just being together and we love to bring you guys in on this. I
Well,
know we started doing live, and then we kind of
we are the world.
we
We
are
are.
the children. Yes, to tie in my
Oh,
seventh birthday, number one. Yeah, and say you, say me, say it
Yeah,
together.
let us know if your song was the same as ours or any different. What was your seventh birthday song? Let us know
does
that.
it make sense or does it correlate to your life? Because David definitely wants to just dance with somebody.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. And Dave's a great dancer, by the way. By the way, I've witnessed his dancing, pretty amazing. So make sure to tune in to log on to drinkswordsby.com and check us out. We are available on many streaming platforms, so just make sure to tune in and check us out. We're on the Spotify. We are on YouTube, so make sure to check us out there on YouTube. To check us out so you can actually see the show. It's very different. I don't know. Let me know. Let us know if it's different to see it rather than to hear it, or if it's the same experience. I would like to know because that's pretty interesting in my head. Um,
My feedback?
yeah, in your head too. I don't know. And welcome back, Annabelle, to the program. Truly appreciate
No,
it.
that's what I'm saying right now. Like from hearing the show to actually seeing it, it's pretty awesome seeing your guys' faces.
I know. I mean, Annabelle, I've missed you. You know, and can I tell you a side note? I feel like I've been a bad friend because for the most part, me and David just talk, and I don't talk to you. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel bad about that. I should call you more often, and see how you're doing. And I don't take the time to actually go out and see how you're doing.
No, no, you're good. You're good. And it's funny because, like, I mean, a lot of the times that David's talking to you, like, he's sitting right next to me, so I kind of get a little bit of an update, or he'll update me on like things that are going on with you. So I get mine, and I'm assuming he's doing the same for you. So we have a mutual connection. But feel free to reach out to me whenever. I'm always here,
Yeah, for sure,
literally. Been
for
working
sure.
from home, always here.
And And by the way, when you see, because Annabelle doesn't, she only wants to go audio, and I get it because she's running around doing other things, and she can just listen on her headset. But the photo, let me side note the photo. Me and David. So David's like, she only wants to go audio, and I'm like, that's fine, that's cool. He's like, here's a photo. I'm like, does this have Annabelle approval? He's like, no. I'm like, then I'm not using this photo. I was like, automatically, I'm not using this photo because I was like, I need Annabelle approval because I understand women. And by the way, which should be a part of my profile is that I
Yeah,
understand
I
women.
understand you.
I understand you.
Your profile, just link me and be like, she can vouch for me.
I should. There, by the way, new app, which is just people that like can vouch for other people and be like, yeah, this person's a good person. But anyway,
You know, no,
you'll be,
it's like one of those like recommendations. I recommend this person.
Oh
Like,
no, that would be great. Here's a new dating site. Ask my exes.
no.
They'll tell you. No, no, well, that's because you don't have good exes.
What are you talking
wow, that
about?
is a good idea. That is a good idea. And it's such a good idea that for 1 minute, I'm gonna have both of you guys talk about that idea because it's that good. And I have to use the restroom. I'm not
And
gonna
that's why.
Albert
We're
has
lie.
to
just
pee. That's
It finally happened. It finally had the seal has been broken.
breaking the seal. Breaking the
I
seal.
have to run and use the restroom. So both of you guys are going to talk about this for at least 1 minute. Can you guys do that for 1 minute? As we're
I
so
think we can handle that, Albert.
this
I,
is a super
I
What
think we
time?
can
extended
What
edition.
time you? And go. And go.
And go.
And go.
No, babe, what I was saying is like it's a terrible idea because every ex is gonna have the worst in their mind. They don't ever look at the good stuff. They only
I
think about the bad stuff.
I don't believe that. I believe that if there was an amicable. response. I guess. I mean, you may not put all your X's, but you could put at least an X on. Okay, they're going to tell you something, but I don't know. There has to be like a 3X minimum, maybe.
Okay, so between you and I, like, well, I mean that doesn't even work. You haven't had very many exes.
This is true. This is true. I have not. So as I'm saying, you have to have like a 3X minimum because my exes all have kids with me, so they're going to tell you something completely different. I don't know. It was a joke, though. I mean, we're filling in time because he had to go pee. More than a conversation about a real app.
I'm trying to do Albert his due diligence or my due diligence for
Yo,
Albert's
have you? Oh, you haven't seen him. I've been watching him pour and pour and pour. He's on a good one right now. I'll tell you that much.
honey. I've seen him too. That's why I asked about the drink.
Oh no, he is. He has been pouring a lot of gin.
He handles himself so well.
Oh, it's him. Hopefully, down the road, when people are looking at the show, just because it's funny because they're just gonna see me and a picture of you and then an empty studio. That's gonna be awesome.
Figure out what's on the screens behind him.
Oh, here, I'll come to you. I have to come back, but I'll show you since he's in the restroom. We're moving. We're moving.
Do the weird thing. So you have to stay over there.
Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Whoa! There's major feedback.
No way.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! I'm just gonna. Okay. The only thing that's
I
being
told her to stay
shown.
quiet.
The only thing that's being shown is me right now. In the video, if you guys are following the video.
I was trying to show her. I was trying to show her the studio.
Oh
No,
really?
I've seen the
Oh, she
studio.
can
I
see it.
wanted to
She
know
can see
what
it.
was on the computer screens, and then he decided to come show me, and I was like, "No, you can't. It's gonna make the noise."
Yeah, there was definitely a bunch of feedback. That's what it's called in the biz. Some feedback. But thank you guys so much. I had to go use the restroom. Once I break the seal, it's pretty much over. So the season 2 that went on and season 2 defined us as a show. You know what I mean? It truly did.
It defied all odds.
It did. It truly did. It truly
We
did.
went the season that went through a pandemic, that went from live to phone to video. We've done it all.
We
Season
truly
2
have.
is
What a crazy year. What a crazy season. Absolutely unprecedented, but absolutely fun dented. I don't even know if that's a word, but I just made that up.
it is now.
It is now. I cannot tell you guys how much I have truly enjoyed this program and being a part of it with you guys and being a part of it with David and curating it and just creating with you guys and having you guys listen. Truly appreciate it. I've man, and it's weird. You know what's weird, David, is as we inch closer to 100, it's like I'm having 100 moments. I'm having those epiphanies of just what this show has brought to my life, what it's brought to my soul,
Our friendship.
our
Our
friendship.
friendship. You know what? Our,
Exactly.
our friendship has grown immensely because of this. So yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
saying this is the video montage needs to like cut in.
but we barely started video. That was even crazy part. Like, what video montage you have of like 2 shows? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Shows from here,
We
all
can do
three of us.
we just we have to do a montage of our old pictures that we took while we were still at the cove.
I know, just that would be cool. That would be cool.
The video montage of week by week shows all the way up until the 100th.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can put something like that together, and then we'll put that on the IG like the day
And then
before.
you have to put your song as the theme music.
I mean, I have been playing guitar, so I can do that. but I don't think anybody wants me to to sing. That's been the hardest part of playing guitar is the singing portion. I could play, but then like shit, dude. I
You,
got
we have to have the montage of all our pictures, and then have "We Are the World" play behind us.
we are the chill. No, it's just us singing a cappella, David. I go there really
Oh.
quick, and then we have that like
No, because
me like
if we're gonna sing a cappella, then it has to be "Careless Whispers"
oh shit, it does, it does. Well, we don't know. I mean, is there a song that truly defines what we've done? I
that
don't know.
captures us. No,
No, I
no.
it has not. It has not been made yet. I should say it could be made. We don't know. It might be the party rock anthem shots. You know, shot 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 shot. Everybody shot shot shot. Again, we don't know.
Final cheers.
Yeah, final cheers. Holy shit. Yes, yes. But we are on the Venmo. Did I say that we're on the
Yes,
streaming
we've gone through the
platforms?
gauntlet. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
we did all that. All right.
DMs at drinksandwordsby at gmail.com. Just let us know. Let us know.
No, just let us know. We are on the YouTube. Check it out there. This is it,
Uh,
man. This is season 2. This is not just a final cheers.
Ali.
This is season 2 final cheers. So
Nally.
yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
So
Who
David,
starts?
of course. Well, you know what? You know what? We're gonna let Annabelle start it off.
Okay.
She's never started it off before,
No.
and
Because
Annabelle.
usually I don't think on the spot that quickly.
I know, but let me start it off. I'm gonna cheers to Annabelle, and I as easy as that sounds, it's not an easy cheers, and I'm about to get super real right now, Annabelle.
Okay. You do it.
Yeah, you're gonna mute it. Stop it. No. Annabelle, uh, it was such an interesting time to have you in my life, come into David's life, to come into the podcast life, to say the least. Um, it was it was tough because I'm like, do I want somebody's and at the time, please just know this. Do I want somebody that I may not have a part of my partner's life be a part of the life? But for you to come in and win me over, I'm a hard person to win over, and I see that with tongue in cheek because I am I'm an easy person to win over whenever it's just me, but when you're dating somebody and then you marry them, you know, like then it's super like wait a minute, like I got to put my not that I need a stamp of approval or you need a stamp of approval, but it's been a whirlwind with you, and to have you be I missed you on the show. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was trying to figure out all these. You can even ask David. We would have conversations, and I was like, how is there? And it all goes back to technology hasn't caught up to my dreams. You know, where it's like where the audio can match up or whatever. It just hasn't happened. But I'm glad we were able to finally have you back on in this new format. Um, and you're gonna love the photo, by the way. You're gonna love the photo that David picked for you.
I approved it.
Did you approve? And I told him, I'm like, she has to approve it because I respected you that much. Because the first one he said, I'm like, fucking Annabelle will kill me. She will fucking come fucking psycho ninja into my fucking. She'll kill me and then she'll kill my fish. And I don't know who she's gonna kill first, but
Oh
whoever it
no, no,
is,
do not ever kill your fish.
yeah. But I was, but I,
I'm gonna make you watch your fish die.
yeah, you probably would. I
We've been watching a lot of Criminal Minds lately. She knows how to figure it out.
believe it. I believe it. I believe it. But again, you were very instrumental into us getting into where we are at now, and thank you so much for that. And I miss you, and I need to call you. I am. not me, but I mean, yes, me, but I mean, us as a people, let's just fucking call people. If they're in our minds, let's just call them, text them. As weird as that sounds, as creepy as that may sound, I mean, don't fucking text them at 1 a.m. You know what I mean? Just like at appropriate hours.
Yeah,
But
no, I do that. I do that. Like people that I miss in my life, people that I haven't heard from in a while, I do that. Like, hey, I just thought about you, like let's catch up. That should be a norm. I don't know why it's not. I mean, I do it.
and if anything, the show, please do that. We would truly appreciate it. And you don't have to call us, call your friends, call whoever, but do that. But that's my cheers. It was a long extended cheers, and I've never first cheers before, and I thought season 2, man, was unprecedented. So this was an unprecedented moment. We're gonna go ahead and Annabelle, go ahead.
Well, that sucks because you kind of took my cheers out. I was gonna say cheers to you, Albert.
Which is the toughest part of the cheers. It's
Well,
nobody
I
understands
was like,
that.
I'm on the spot, but you know what, Albert? Like, you made this happen. I mean, down to
Stop
I
it.
was in here helping you set up when you guys did the cooking
Yeah,
show.
wasn't that
You
fun? Wasn't that fun? I was the
know,
only one that was so
taking
excited
lines
for
and
you.
shit. Yeah.
I was the old by the way, Annabelle. I was the only one excited for you because I'm like, what was my whole thing? I was like, Annabelle, you get to direct. This is like gonna be like the fucking greatest. Like I was like super like into it. I was so
I didn't
excited for you to
know.
direct.
I didn't know about it until you told me, and then I was like, oh, I guess I'm more involved than I thought it was going to be.
Which is the story of Annabelle in the show. You know what I mean?
More involved than I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be. But I
So
mean, you really made this happen, like from that moment where like you were in here, we were setting up and trying to just get everything coordinated to where you guys are at now. Like you guys look great. Like I love how you've set it up. I love your studio in the background. I love that it looks like the bar on the YouTube. Yes, I have seen it. But I mean, this couldn't have come together without you, Albert. So cheers to you.
I mean, those are 100 cheers. I mean, what are we gonna cheers to on 100? I can't wait.
You know
Uh,
what, Albert? Like Albert number two, you are Albert, no number needed. What
You
did
were
you say their
just
logo
super
was?
Alberts.
Yeah,
stop
you are
it!
the super
Stop it!
Albert.
Stop it, guys! Stop it! Thank you, guys. Fuck, man, this has been such a whirlwind. You know what I mean? To get to this point, and you know, I want to say when I get to 100, I know what I'm going to say, but even before that, it is so weird because I've got to 100 many of times. And each time it has been so different. This is, I want to say, by at least 700th time. And
You're
those,
700th.
yeah, and I know nobody in their brain can think about that. You know what I mean? It is such an unfathomable moment in somebody's life where it's like after 700 times. I mean, like both of you guys have probably had sex with each other at least 700 times, at least, right? Have you
If
counted?
not, we're gonna. Yeah, I don't keep count, but I mean, we start keep counting now. So 700 from here. Okay.
So me
All
and
right,
you
we've
are
got 700.
so me and you guys. I'm tied with podcasting your sex, and I don't even know if that's even a thing I should like quantify, but. Um, But David, final David, you get the final cheers for the
I get the
season
final cheers. I
2.
normally have the first cheers. I have the final cheers.
But this is an unprecedented season, so an
It is,
unprecedented moment.
and that's why my cheers goes to the show. My cheers goes to an idea that we both shared, um, a concept that we created. Um, I should say this for the 100th. I really should say this for the 100th. I'm
Right?
gonna
I'm
have to.
telling people, I'm like, dude, there's so many hundred
All right,
moments
all
that,
right.
but I mean, we're there. We're in '98. This is ended, but this is season finale. We go off one week.
Okay, okay,
You
okay.
got
I'm gonna change it because I think I know what I want to say for the 100. So I'm gonna change my cheers. So my cheers goes to
Wait. We're getting an unprecedented cheers change.
Cheers change.
Whoa.
Cheers change.
Whoa.
Cheers
All
change.
right. All right. Just had to make that
I
moment
know.
happen.
This that one was gonna mean a lot, and I think it should be the 100. So, uh, then my cheers changes to cheers to sports. I know this is gonna be downplayed considering what you guys have cheers, but cheers to sports because in this time that we are facing, it is important that we have outlets. So it is nice to be able to talk about the Super Bowl because 5-6 months ago it was like still up in the air. So cheers to the sports that have kept us going, that have been available for us to talk about, to us to cheer about, to us to, be sad about, but just to be there again. It is something that in our time of need and and just in general, from the World Cup to now they being the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is always like the most watched thing in the US. It's it's a great distraction from everything else in life that's going on in life right now. Even more so now. But cheers to sports and keeping us sane in whatever in whatever uh, way it does for you particularly.
All right. That's gonna wrap it up for the final season, the closing season of
Not
season
the final season. This is the
number
season.
2. Well, I mean, not the final. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
the season number 2. We will see you in a few weeks. Maybe 1 week, and we will be at 99.
Yes. So this is 98. We will be back. We're gonna take a week off, but we're gonna take that week to plan
We
so
got a
that we can
plan.
really
100 is not. Don't get me wrong.
yeah
99 is super fucking important. Without
yeah
99, we don't get to 100. You know what I mean? But 99 is. I mean, we need to take some time to figure out the party. We already know the party. We just need to figure out the beer, the beer, the alcohol.
I got
Y-
the drinks, the as the many cameras that will be on us for the 100th episode.
You know
We're
what?
going live. We're going live
We
on
are going
camera.
live. We haven't decided how we're going live.
Oh,
Um,
I know how we're going live.
I mean, we know how we're going live, but we haven't decided what how like what platform yet.
Oh no, we're going live on everything.
On everything. Okay,
On
all right.
everything.
We're
Between we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live on your Facebook, your Instagram, or on the Drinks to Words by Instagram. We're gonna go live on my Facebook, my Instagram,
wow.
and then we're gonna tape it for YouTube. We're gonna go on every platform that day.
Wow. Wow. So make sure to follow us at Drinks Towards By. And for more information, drinkstowardsby.com. You can find our YouTube. You can find our um, Instagram. You can't find our personal pages. You can't find our personal pages. And it was weird because I went private on my Facebook. Not that I needed to, but I was just like, I was like, I need to be more obscure. I need to be so obscure that you and I have people backed up that are trying to like be my friend, and I'm like, do I know you? How do you know? Send me a message. But if you and by the way, if you find me on Facebook, send me a message. Let me know because I'm that crazy right now. I'm like that. I'm like there's 22 people that follow me on Facebook, and I need to make sure. I need to make sure if I get to 23, that they all know I'm like super weird about that. So just make sure you send me a mail or whatever. But thank you guys again for tuning in and catching the program. We are so thrilled that you've been with us 2 seasons. 2 seasons comes to this fantastic finale. Thank you so much for tuning in. And that's going to wrap it up for season 2. We will see you beginning
Soon,
season 3, David Macias. Season
season 3,
3.
buddy.
Annabelle.
Yes.
Mwah. Kisses.
Mwah.
Mwah. Uh,
Hey, last
Hey,
time you guys
hey, hey,
got
hey.
drunk with me, I had to put you both to bed.
well, I mean, that's probably what's going to happen season 3. That's going to come
Oh,
up.
I'm already planning the balloon arch.
Balloon Arch. All right. All right. That's going to wrap it up. And we're out of here. Later.
Later, everybody. Bye.
Bye.